Hello, it's Shantae with Brown Sugar Talks coming to you under Black Unicorns. Um, I am today I'm gonna talk about Grant Hill because he played for Duke. This is when I used to watch basketball, like when I first started watching basketball, like right out of college. Right out of college, I would watch a game. And actually, no, I wasn't even in college. I was in high school because I didn't even realize he was older than me. But yeah, Grant Hill, gorgeous, phenomenal looking man. But he's married too. The one thing that I really just found out is he collects African American art, which is wonderful. That means that he knows what he's doing, and he's educated, so of course it's something there. But the one thing is that I was in high school and I looked up to him. Like, I think that even just deciding to want to go to college was because I could watch Duke play on TV or whatever, because I was able to watch a lot of games with him and her. Once I got older, did not have TV. I didn't follow his career, but I did. It was like his beginning. I was always rooted for him. I don't care if I had to stay up to 12 at midnight to watch the game. I would. That's just how it was. It's just like, okay, set the alarm clock so you could watch Grant play. I just thought he was phenomenal. It was just, I love seeing him on the screen. So as much as I give homage to the women that have shaped my life, I like to give homage to those guys who shaped my life. And to look at his career and see that it was just like a positive thing. Like, he's married, he's collecting their African American art, he has all these great things going for himself, and it's like, man, look at you. Like, look at how far you come, look at everything that you have accomplished, and I don't know, and he's like running businesses and all this different stuff. So I really love the fact that that's who he is, and that's how far he's come. Coming over to Mr. Kyrie Irving, which I did not know Kyrie Irving was a influential part of my students' lives until I saw that they said that he had a hamster. And so I was like, whoa, he has a hamster on his arm. Also went to Duke University. Go Duke, go Duke, go Duke. I did not go, but still, that's nice to hear that he also went there as well. So, I don't know. I feel like there's something to be said about that, as far as like him having a legacy and then you having somebody else that's coming in with a different type of legacy that's offering something else to the world. And so that's my whole thing. I truly like today, Man Crush Monday, basketball all the way. I think, let me not even say it because I'm not going to do it. I hate following schedules now. I tried to follow Bob's Burgers last night because I don't know how to, because of TV, because I got to pay for channels, And so, I thought, man, let me look at Bob's Burgers. And it's a shame that the cable company worked it out to the point where you cannot buy the channel without being a part of the cable company. That's wrong, because that wasn't how it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be where you could just buy the channel from the channel instead of having a cable company involved. But the cable company is involved in some kind of way, which is kind of messed up. So anyway, I'm always looking. I think at some points I always open my life up to spending a whole lot of money I don't have, right? Because that's the whole thing. And then now I want to consume it down to, then you want to break it down to how much you really, really need and what you don't need. So anyway, I think I'm at that point again where I'm just like, why did you come back into this whole, how did you get here? And I know how I got here. I got here because some people felt like this, well, let me help her, and it's like, well, it's not help because you're not actually looking at everything that I actually need. You're not looking at everything I need to survive. You looking at your point of view and what that's like. I had one person, I was having my child, and this guy was there, and I was like, well, I'm just gonna have to stay in this 1-bedroom apartment. And at first I just thought, well, it was crazy, but I had already had the idea, and the apartment was nice enough for me to feel like I was getting over my creativity, because it was nice enough and the rent was cheap enough, but I feel like I had to get over my creativity because I could get over my creativity because it didn't have a lamp in the living room. It didn't have, it's like, it was almost like a box, so I could set it up how I wanted to get set it up. And I think people take that for granted. Like, don't take for granted if you have a creative friend. Like, if that friend can do something, because if you get into a place or a space where it doesn't feel like you can add anything to it, or they can add anything to it, it's almost like it's constraining to them. And that's how I felt. It felt like now it feels constraining because I got a lot of space, but it's like I already got ceiling fans, I already got paint on, like, it's like so much stuff, like, so it's like it doesn't feel like I'm actually creating anything in my own place, in my own space. Not to say that I can, because this is an apartment, but when you have somebody that's creative around you, they kind of want to do it themselves. Like, they don't need you to come back and it's like all of it's done for them, because I can organize, I can create, I can leave clutter, I can not, like, it's like so many things I can and can't do. And it's like I feel not overwhelmed, but I don't feel like it's enough for me to do. And I'm not complaining, because I have done enough. Like, I have started to put my little stamp on my place, with tape and paper. But that's it. Like, it's just like those are the things that people who create things want to do. So anyway, I just what am I saying? I got to the point where I'm at a point where I don't know. I'm just at a point. I'm at a point because I'm thinking of all these things. I'm just at a point. But, what am I saying? Anyway, yeah, I'm at a point of just, like, knowing that I want to create. Like, I just, like, like, I want to, like, I actually need that as a outlet or something in my life. And, I don't know. I think I've always set up spaces for me to do that. And coming from St. Louis public, and then coming into charter school, and then going to Dallas and whatever, and it's like, well, just having that time to create, I was able to get that out. Get out a lot of stuff, get out a lot of pain, and just everything else, and all the things that people wanted me to think about. Like, come on, I don't want to have to think about this shit. So I don't know. That's where I'm at right now. It's just so much. It's so much to create. It's so much to put into life, and so much to put into the world and the earth and all this good stuff. I don't know. Anyway, so I think that's it. It's just, that's what it is. And I saw the Grammys. Like, I did not to see the Grammys. Oh yeah, I was talking about okay, anyway. But that's why I don't like schedules, because I need to record all this. So I don't need to record. I don't feel like it. But anyway, that's why I don't like schedules, because then there's like a timetable I have to follow or whatever. So I hate that. But anyway, last night Grammys, I was so proud of Cardi B. I liked her little show. I liked everything that she was doing. It was gorgeous. And then not only Cardi B, it was somebody else. Who else did I see? I don't know. Who else was it Alicia Keys. I was just so happy for her too. And just to see all the women supporting each other. I thought that was gorgeous. I just really thought that was something wonderful to see. So, get props to them for holding their own and bringing it to the world. And Alicia has a new song out called Raise a Man. And, yeah, that's what we have to do. And that's from number one, I think, is telling them where they go wrong at. Because I know boys too, they have a tendency to do something and it's like, oh God, they so upset about it. So, and then that transitions into feeling overly emotional about making mistakes and stuff like that. And it's like, well, you don't have to be overly emotional about dropping the milk. Like, it's okay. Like, but you need to be overly emotional about if you hurt somebody else's feelings. Like, like, think about that. Think about if you hurt the person or not. And that's raising a man. Be able to talk about it and be about it and do all the things that you have. Basically just be able to take care of your business. Teaching them how to cook. And if they don't like to cook, why teach them? You could tell them, you could teach them, you could show them, but at some point, some things they not gonna all learn from you. Just the same as a girl would. Like, a girl might not feel like she want to cook, and that's okay too. So you teach them all these different things, and I think the most important thing is just emotional. I try to teach my son about sex too. Like, if he has questions now, if that's his curiosity, if he hears the word or whatever, I tell him. Like, I'm like, yeah, because it's like this, and you can't do, like, I let him know. And even with him being 9 years old, it's like, still, I'm not at this point where I feel like with my as I was growing up, where people didn't understand what the fuck was going on. Where like, it's like where guys did not understand what the fuck was going on. And he really does have it under control. Like, you want your kids to have that connection with you, so they'll be able to talk to you about anything and tell you stuff and do things with you and all this different stuff. So, I don't know. So it's like, yeah. So when they do waste the milk, make sure it's not a big deal. Where they feel like, well, they can't tell you. And I like the fact that my son can tell me almost anything. He doesn't tell me everything right away, but he tells me almost anything right away, which is awesome. Even from getting in trouble to cussing somebody out to whatever, he would actually say, okay, this is what I did and this is what I didn't do, and this is how I felt about it. And I think that's awesome too. But he also won't tell me stuff because he knows that I will get upset about it. Like, if it's like, okay, well, this person did this to me, and it's like, I will fuck so he's like, Mom, I'm gonna tell you. But so, even that, just him knowing that somebody has his back or whatever, it's like, that's the best part too, because I don't know, I think that's just part of it, being open and honest. Like, I just really enjoy being open and honest with him in my life. Like, I don't have anything to hide from him, so it's like, okay, well, he'll even get to the point where he like, Mama, how much money we got? Like, how much money you got? That's your business. But like, that's my business. But even with that, I tell him sometimes, we don't have enough for this, or we don't have enough for that, or we got money for this, or we don't got money for that. And I used to feel like that was putting a burden on him, but teaching kids that grow up, they have to pay their parents' bills because they don't speak, because their parents may not speak English, or they have to pay their parents' bills because their parents can't read all the time. Like, it's so many times where kids have to come back and start to take care of their parents. And so that's what happens. It gets to a point where, like, where you want your child to be sufficient enough to, or your child has to learn to do things that they normally would not have to do. So I like for him to think about those things. Like, I like for him to think about, okay, I think it's okay with him knowing that we have to pay these bills, and these bills have to be paid on this day. And if they don't get paid on this day, then guess what happens? Something may get cut off. So I don't know, without him feeling like it's a burden or whatever, but even he's still a kid, I still have to tell him, hey, you got enough money for Robux. That's really all he wants to know. That's it. So now for him to think of it that way, as he gets older, he can think of it another way. But right now it's just in the information of Robux. So, I don't know. I feel like hopefully I do a good job, because at the same time I'm saying what I'm saying, but I don't know if he'll grow up and be this person, or if he'll grow up and be that person. I try to think that he will be, but I want to trust that he will be. So anyway, that's it. Like, today is Man Crush Monday. I think the crush part is changing for me. It's just like, who can influence and who has influential parts on people's lives, and how do those influences help you get through, or inspire you, or help you become even more better than who you are, what you are. How do you see these people? How do you see these things? So that's my whole thing. It's like, I like good people. I do. And that's it for me. It's just like, I really do like good people. And